Well, first and foremost, I want to say that Axe Housing is an incredible partner. And I think it was a no-brainer to invest $2.5 million into the Axe Housing Homeownership Acquisition Fund. My journey to homeownership is actually unique. So the first house that I grew up in was a dollar house that my dad had actually bought, and lived in that house for the first 8 years of my life. From the age of 8, didn't live in a home that my parents owned or that I owned. We were evicted 3 times within a 2-year span, moved every year for at least 15 years. And so my thought of home ownership wasn't necessarily in my grasp. Didn't necessarily believe that I had the money, the funds, or the discipline to buy a home. You know, home ownership is that gateway to success. It wasn't until I bought my first home, me and my wife, when we bought our first home, that it really set a foundation of learning, a foundation of safety for our 3 daughters. But also understanding how that has also helped us to create better and deeper relationships with our neighborhood. Being a homeowner is something that I will encourage everybody to focus on. Even when you think about, not having enough money to put down towards that down payment, it's incredibly important that we build relationships and know about the different resources that are out there. I'm extremely grateful to have organizations like Axe Housing. They believe in the families that they're trying to change. This is a huge deal that we have a local community in Axe Housing who are renovating 125 homes. We have a lot of out-of-state investors, hedge fund managers who would love to get their hands on our housing stock and in turn use it to make money, which increases the rent and increasing mortgages for many of the individuals who live in this community. And so having owner-occupied housing is extremely important because, again, it helps to build sustainable families, sustainable neighborhoods, because everybody who are going into those homes, buying those homes, are invested not only in that home, but they're invested in their community. Axe Housing has been doing incredible work making sure that families get access to equitable housing, equitable, affordable, and safe housing. Being able to partner with them is incredibly important for us here in Milwaukee County, because this is just the start in making sure that we can create equitable access and expand that to even more families in our community. I do think that housing is incredibly important, and it's one of the reasons why I, in my administration, look at it as one of the most critical social determinants of health. When you know where you're going to go at the end of the night, where you're going to lay your head, and not saying it makes it easier, but it makes it a little bit more attainable to deal with the other traumas or the other quality of life issues that are in your home, in your life. And why it may be a daunting task to buy a home, it's one of the greatest investments that you can make for yourself and your family. And if you're looking for your kids to break that cycle of poverty, like my family was looking to do when they bought their first home, this is a great investment for you.